What's up, guys? Rob the Man here. Love me, hate me. I'm back. I made top 16 at the SSG event in South Florida, 123 players. I went 6-1 in Swiss. I was playing Vayu Turbo. I kind of quickly wanted to run over my deck list here. Obviously, it's heavily inspired by the lists played by Marcus LOL, Spiral, and Scrub for Life. My build is maybe 5, 4, 6, something like that. Cards different in the main deck from theirs. So I kind of wanted to offer just, my deck list and talk about why I played it. And then also I kind of wanted to touch base a little bit about Edison format as a whole. I haven't been playing online Edison since February. I still go to my locals when I can, almost every week. But there's been a lot of doom and gloom about the combos decks recently, Forgs and Gigaplant. So I kind of wanted to offer my perspective on that as someone who has played online a lot, but also played in real life a lot, and kind of what I'm seeing and how I'm feeling about the format in general. So I'll run through the deck list, just talk on some, small points about why I played certain cards, and then we can talk a little bit about the metagame in general and where Edison format's at. All right, so deck list. So we're playing 2 Armageddon Knights, 2 Grepher, 3 Sirocco, 3 Vayu, 1 Elfan, 1 Plague, and 1 Necrogarna. This is all the whole, discard package, Armageddon Knight Send package. The only difference you'll see here in this list compared to the other list is I'm playing 2 Grepher instead of 3. I found it bricked a lot. I get it's the best starter when you see any of these cards, which is you'll more than likely are going to see these in your opening hand. There's 9 copies of these good discard targets, so it's a very high chance you're going to see it. But opening multiple Grepher or drawing Grepher in a very simplified game state where you don't have any other monsters in your hand is just not very good. So I've moved the third one to the sideboard for the matchups where I want to bring in multiple viruses. I'm playing 3 in the main deck, 3 viruses in the side deck. So, things like Hero Frogs, Gigaplant, and Forks, which are all decks I was heavily expecting to see. I side in the third Dark Grepher there. Kara Trooper, 2 Gaius, Spirit Reaper, Gale, and Gores and Dad. So this stuff is all pretty typical, and I think most of the Virus Vayu lists play 1 Caius. I elected to not play the 2 Raikos that most of the lists play because Raiko I feel right now is not very good against Forks and Gigaplant. I don't like Raikos very much against Blackwings when you don't have the hamsters to bring them out, because I feel like the Raikos really pay off to playing the hamster. So I elected to play Spirit Reaper because we're in a more combo-centric meta with Fishborgs and Gigaplant that I find ripping cards out of their hand in addition to the virus, right? So when you have them under a virus and you're ripping cards out of their hand, it's pretty good. Discard hand reaping in the hand reaping deck, right? You know what I'm saying? And then I played a second Caius because the initial problem I had when I tried this deck back when Marcus played it back in September, I think I want to say, maybe August of 2024, as I always felt like the deck wasn't threat dense enough, and 1 card isn't really enough to change that, to be honest. But it does help. The Caiuses were good for me most of the day. I play against Blackwings, obviously insane in that matchup. And you can always do the play where you go Grepher, send a Gardena plus a Vayu piece, right? And then the next turn you go, you protect it with the Necrogarna, and then again you send another Vayu piece. Boom. You make the Arm Wing, you tribute 3 Caius, you use the Vayu effect, you make the Armor Master, you get the deal, you get the vibe. It just puts a lot of damage on board, clears through things like Dupe Frog, insane against the Blackwing matchup, etc, etc, etc. So, the monsters. Spells, typical, nothing crazy here. Foolish, Allure, Reinforcement, Heavy, MST, Burial Brain. The only one maybe that is a little different is this was always played in the build, but I think I've seen Scrub substitute this out for Charge, a Light Brigade. And when you play the Raikos, I'm not playing the Raikos obviously, so of course I'm going to play the Foolish Burial to set up a turn 1 virus, or to, in a simplified game state, when you have like an Armed Wing in the graveyard, just being able to send another Vayu and make Armor Master, which is really good. So yeah, then talk about there. And for the traps, we have 2 Bottomless, Deep Prisons, Torrential, Mirror Force, Dust Shoot, Return, and then Solemn Judgment. Nothing to talk about there. Return, DDV, DDV, EDV. So, or not return, sorry, Oppression, 2 DDV, EDV. So this is the virus package I went with. So I remember in Spiral's list where he won the Peak of the Beak, he was playing 3 DDV. The original Marcus list had 1 EV, 2 DDV, and I think Scrub has been playing this ratio, but I think he's talked about maybe just playing the 2 DDV main. And I don't think any of them play Royal Oppression. They might have, I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head. But this is kind of like the flex spot. You could play like 3 DDV if you wanted. You could play maybe other cards over Royal Oppression. You could play, fit in that Ryko package. Like you could do the cuts to the original list would be like cut a Reaper, cut a Caius, cut a Royal Oppression, and then put in the charge plus 2 Rykos. I elected to just main deck the Royal Oppression. Like I said, I was expecting a lot of Fishborg, Frogs, and a lot of Gigaplants. So I figured this would be good, and it was. And 5 of my 7 matchups, I'll run up my matchups right now actually. Going over my matchups, it was Vayu, Lightsworn, Blackwings, Hero Frog, Fishborg Frog, Hero Machina. Unfortunately, last round I had to play against my good friend Shaggy Powers. Only one of us could top it. It was pretty unfortunate, but it was a good match. Like I said, I went 13-2 in games. Deck performed really well. For the side deck, I played 1 Crow, 1 Sidra, 2 Falsadina, 2 Fusiliers, the 3rd Greffer, 2 EEV, the 3rd DDV, 2 Dust Tornadoes, Oppression, double Skill Drain. So I liked pretty much every card in here. I think I sided every single one in throughout the day. These came in against Blackwings. For Hero Frogs, I only bring in the 1 EEV. I don't bring in the 3rd DDV and the 3rd EEV. It's also against Hero Frogs, around the Fusiliers and the 3rd Greffer and the Skill Drain, or not Skill Drains, we do bring Skill Drain, but the Falsadinas. I brought in Sidra and Dust Tornadoes against the Blackwing. Against Vayu, I side out the EV, bringing the 3rd DDV, etc., etc. I mean, you guys know what card's going usually at this point, so I won't go over that spread too much. Would I change anything in the deck at all? No. The deck's pretty good. The only thing is maybe I would trim this 3rd DDV. The thing is, but like you have to side out some of the viruses. Like against Vayu Turbo, I said I bring in the 3rd DDV, I take out the 1 EEV in the main, because sometimes the viruses are only good against certain matchups. So maybe I would try to reconfigure the total split of viruses. I think you at least want to be playing 5, but I'm just not exactly sure what the right split is. What I would change, like what I would add to the side deck if I cut some of those, is I would probably look for the 2nd Sidra. The matchups that I think aren't good for this deck are Machina is not very good in my opinion. GBs I don't think is very good. Any deck that can go like Royal Decree plus Consecrated Light, so like Lightsworn, Christia Sworn, having more Sidras, like more outs to that. So like against the Lightsworn player, I actually sided in the 3rd DDV just on the chance that they summon Consecrated Light against me and I need a way to clear it. So yeah, so that's the side deck. And then for the extra deck, nothing crazy here. My tokens, Dragon Ball Z, love it. And Shadow. Chimera Tech, Thought Ruler, Stardust, Android, Goyo, Darkin, Colossal, Brio, Black Rose Dragon, and then all of Catastor, and then all of the Blackwing Synchros. A lot of the lists play 2 of these guys. I think I only made him once all day, and in my testing, maybe I need to make a second one once, maybe. I mean, it's very, very rare that it happens. And so, I like I said, I don't think the Machina matchup is very good. So I like being able to play the Chimera Tech. Even just having that when your opponent might side in a Sidra or have a Sidra in their deck, and you have Card Trooper. I think during my testing at one point, I had a Card Trooper in my hand. My opponent had a Sidra, and they were at like 2,000 life. And I wasn't playing the Chimera Tech. I was playing the second Silverwind. I thought, wow, I should just add this in. So I even added this in before I was even on the Sidras in the side deck. So that's the deck. I'll put the DB link in the description if you want to watch it or look at it. Okay, that's the deck. I kind of want to talk a little bit about Edison in general right now, and like the online meta versus the in-person meta. And so when I was playing on ladder a lot back in January, February, I was like, man, I'm literally only playing against like Fishborg, and post YCS Orlando, I was only playing against like Gigaplant, and there were so many of them just over and over and over I played against them. And it was like, I had a good matchup. Like, I don't think I lost to Gigaplant at all on ladder, because against the deck, you can literally set Fusilier Dragon, set EEV, and it's a FTK against them, right? And same with Fishborg frogs. You know, DDV, I've locked them under DDV and EEV before on like within the same turn. You know, you go like, you make Armor Master, DDV, Vayu effect, EEV. Like, I've done it before. It's pretty disgusting. So it's not like those decks are like a bad matchup, but I just don't find them inherently fun to play against. And I get it. Like, if you want to play the deck that you think gives you the best shot of winning, even if it's not very fun for everyone, go off. Like, do your thing. So I personally was kind of low on Edison going into March when redo format, shout out Mark Hayden and Pudding for putting that on, that started popping off. I started playing a ton of that. I was having a ton of fun. And this event came up and I was like, crap, I have to play Edison again. Like, ugh, the online meta's been so blah. I'm going to play against only Fishborg and Gigaplant. And then when we went to the actual tournament, like, I don't think I saw that much Gigaplant or Fishborg frogs in the room, to be honest. It was just so much fun, like, playing the actual format in person in a big tournament. Like, Edison is so much fun when you don't have a Discord user in your ear telling you it isn't. You know what I mean? So how do I feel about Edison long term? If you only play online, like, yeah, it kind of sucks. But if you play in person, you get to go to the actual big tournaments and stuff. I still have a ton of fun playing Edison. I think it's super dope, super fun. And I can look to play at the next big tournament I'll be going to, which is, I was supposed to go to RBT Vegas, but my plans have kind of fallen through with my friends. So I don't think we'll be going to that one, but I think, looking at the calendar, maybe YCS Providence is the next one we'll go to. Well, it's touch and go, we'll see. But Providence is the one I'll probably be next at. If not that, then Nats for sure. And then, of course, I'll be going to RBT Chicago to see the homies there later in September. So, cool. That's my profile. Hope you enjoy the deck. If you make any changes, you don't have to tell me. I don't really care. But that is my deck. Peace.